First drive. That was real nice. And the daily stay outside. Today, we're showing you all of our cars because we want to thank you for supporting the channel and getting us to 1,000 subscribers.
Thank you so much. It's been an incredible journey so far. We're looking forward to seeing where this channel will go and where it will take us. And we're really excited to show you all of our fun cars.
All right, so a lot of these haven't been on the channel yet. You've seen them on our Instagram if you follow us there. If you don't, make sure to. So let's get to it. We'll start with Brutus and we'll go down the line and you'll get to see everything we have here. Then we're going to go to Dave's place where we have the rest of the cars. And so we'll be going over more than a dozen cars, and most of them run, but we're probably not going to go on any drives or anything, just quick reviews. And again, thank you guys so much. Thank you. All right, so this is Brutus. He's a 1966 Wolseley Hornet. He's got a 1275cc engine, 4-speed transmission, rod change, pretty sure. And we've done all sorts of things. The engine's a high compression engine. We did not do that. We just found it. I got really lucky finding this car. We added a roll cage, put in some comfy seats, flares, bumpers. I had to get this hood from overseas. Same with the grill. We have a bumper coming with a custom duckbill spoiler. So stick around to see that. But this guy, he's going to be our track car. We're going to get the rust fixed, and it's going to be sweet. All right, now let's go to the daily drivers.
All right.
All right, so this is my 2015 and a half Volvo V60 R design with the Polestar flash tune. Now, the half just means some of the options are a little different. It comes with heated seat standard, navigation standard, stuff like that. Not a big change, but it's, you know, cool to note. I have owned this car for 6 years today. And that never happens. I barely keep a car longer than 6 months. I love this car. My wife loves this car. This is a great car. If you can buy one, buy two, because they are awesome. Now, the MK5 Supra, the Toyota, BMW, whatever you want to call it, I really don't care. Call it a Z4. It's really nice to drive. I like BMWs, as you can see here. I've also owned a 135i in the past, so I really don't care that it feels like a BMW, and yes, it does, and it's fine. I think it's an amazing car. The engine sounds great. All the little burbles. This is a 2021 model. The 2020s were a little ruckus. The 2021's a little better, in my opinion. But yeah, so this is a secondary daily driver when I just want to go somewhere. I love this car. I drive it all year. It's dirty. And I mean, I don't, you know, I'm not saving it for the next guy who owns it. So I'm going to drive the crap out of this car. We're going to track it. You know, I know you're all here for the minis, but this will be on the channel sometime soon. All right, and here we have my 1969 BMW 1600. This is the daddy of the BMWs. Basically, BMW would not be what it is today without this car. This car made the 2002, which essentially made BMW. This car has a lot of upgrades to it. A 2.0 liter instead of the 1.6, which makes it the 1600 versus the 2002. It's got 5-speed transmission mated to a limited slip diff, all from 1983 series. And it all runs and functions. It's got some Recaros inside. Nice custom seats in there. I got those from Thailand. And a whole bunch of really cool parts. The carbon fiber spoiler here, these tow hooks here that I got, they're all Kugelwork stuff. You'll see a video on me working on some other stuff. Lots of cool parts in this car, and this car is probably going to the track soon, and we'll be really just having fun. This is one of my only rear-wheel drive manual cars, so I'm really excited to get this on the track. And I never thought I would be in love with a beige car. Like, it's so boring but amazing. So yeah, very cool, and I've owned this car for about 2 years, so I got it before the big boom. And no, it's not for sale. Stop asking. All right, and now this is probably the most rare car that I own. This is a 1968 Austin Mini pickup truck. And now the pickup truck was a production model for the Mini. It made up less than 1% of all Minis ever produced, and you really never see them unless you know someone who owns one. This one was found in Southern California. It did not have a front end. It had a K-Series Honda engine in it, and it had a lot of rust. And we fixed all that. We took the K-Series out. We put a D-Series in that we're still working the bugs out of. And it runs, it drives. It's a very fun car. It's very loud right now. But once we get this dialed in, I think this thing is going to be a lot of fun. It brings a lot of smiles to pretty much wherever you go. People love seeing this. They ask you, what is it? You know, is it real? And then you tell people you own one and they're like, oh, well, I got to see it. And it's just such a cool car. I'm really, really happy that I have this home. I've owned it for about 3 years now, and I didn't see it for the first 2 while it was being built, new metal throughout most of it, a new front end, subframe, engine, interior, all the goodies. So it's good to go. It just needs some paint, but you know, we'll get to the paint eventually. But again, this is such a cool pup, and I'm really excited to show you guys more of this in the future. And this is one of my more recent purchases as a 1967 Austin Mini van. It's a panel van. It's left-hand drive, just like the Hornet. And this is always meant to be left-hand drive. The VIN confirms that, so we're gonna leave it as it is, whereas the Hornet should be right-hand drive. We'll probably fix that because yes, it is wrong right now. But this, I absolutely love this. My first classic Mini was a panel van, and I'm so excited to have another one in my collection. And you know, right now it's got an 850 with a Magic Wand transmission, which is not the best. It's kind of slow. The transmission's really clunky. Right now it needs an engine mount, but otherwise it drives really nicely right now. And I love this van. You'll see it on the channel a lot. And what we're gonna do is probably something pretty special with this. So be on the lookout. I'm really excited to show you guys. So that's it for the cars that we have here. They all live in there, and usually when I'm working, that's what you see me in. And yeah, so from here we're gonna go over to the workshop where the other cars are, and you will get to see everything else, all the other Minis, plus a Land Rover, and plus the tow rig and Dave's dailies. So let's go there now. We're back. We're at the workshop, and we have the rest of the crew all lined up. A lot of these you have not seen, some of these you have, but we'll take you down the list. Probably starting with the most important, the tractor.
Yes, definitely the tractor. Nothing would happen here without the tractor, so it's very important. All right, so this here is my 1986 John Deere 318 in beautifully, pretty much stock condition. Don't let the tires fool you. It's only 2-wheel drive, but this thing is a beast. Frame thicker and bigger C-sections than a Chevy S10, and enough power to drag any one of these cars up the hill to the workshop. It is a must-have for this location. Not only does it mow the lawn, plows the driveway, it tugs cars around. I grew up driving one of these, and when I needed a tractor, there was no other choice. Beautiful little John Deere. Next up is our Bitsa Land Rover. And why a Bitsa? Well, it's a Bitsa this, a Bitsa that. It is a 71 tub on a shortened Range Rover Classic frame with Range Rover Classic drivetrain in it with the nose from a Defender on it. So it's got a little bit of mix and match of bits and pieces, but it's ours and it's going to be great fun. So with a custom roll cage built into it, some NSX seats. It's got currently a 6-inch lift on it, which is a little too tall, but we'll be rendering that, putting it down to better height with more articulation for some really fun off-roading. We're gonna make Matt really uncomfortable, hanging him off some cliffs and down some muddy trails. Should be good fun. You'll be seeing more of this as we go. I don't know anything about this guy.
All right, let's go spots.
All right.
All right, now we're back to my set of cars. This is a 1960 Austin Mini Countryman. And this is a real Countryman, not the ones we have now with the four-wheel drive and the big, burly, grumpy face. They're not bad, but they're not this. This is better. Objectively, subjectively, factually better.
Yes.
So this is a very early estate. It's got a smooth roof. You can see my estate there with the ribbed roof for her pleasure. And this one has a internal gas tank. It's a 4-speed gearbox, a 997 Cooper engine in it, and it's spent most of its life in Canada and a little bit, I'm guessing, in the Pacific Northwest at one point because of the Jet Motor sticker on the back. But we'll be redoing the steering rack in this, and then you'll be seeing this a lot on the channel in terms of just kind of a nice little get around town car. And we'll probably bring it to the track because it's a 997 Cooper engine and it sounds cool, so I'm sure it'll go. So should be fun. His name, Redwood. All right, and here we have Rhonda, the rowdy ass estate with the Honda engine, the D16Y1 with the Minitech subframe swapped in. This was the McGee's Custom Mini shop car for about 8 years. I bought it. We've kind of tightened all the nuts and bolts that were still in the works while this was at the shop. And now this is a great little runner. Still working out a couple of kinks here and there. We brought it to an Auto X. Found a few more problems, but that's what that's for. It's a little shakedown run. And this thing will be a great like kind of cruiser day to day. We might bring it to like a full track event rather than an Auto X to see how it performs on a larger scale track. Because the Auto X is not for this. This one would be a ton of fun. This one not as fun. It's just very torquey, very powerful, and which it's cool. It sounds nice. It's a lot of fun in the respect that it's a very powerful Mini. But for Auto X, it's not as cool as something like this would be. And now these are both long wheelbase Minis, which is funny because the wheelbase is shorter than that tractor probably. But they are a little longer than your standard Minis that we have over there. And that's what makes them kind of neat and different, you know. But yeah, this one is a 1976 Austin Mini Clubman. And really it isn't a 1976 Austin Mini Clubman anymore. It's more or less a 2000 Honda Mini Clubman thing. Ta-da! And now we're gonna go back to Dave's car, so we're gonna switch spots again.
All right.
And it is raining a little bit,
Yes.
but whatever.
We'll get a little wet. Maybe turn into a wet t-shirt contest, who knows. So, this is Minnie. She's a 1989 JDM spec Mini that I picked up about 2 years ago. And what started as I'm going to do a quick exterior refresh turned into this. I just have been a Mini fan for all my life. I can't remember a day where I haven't loved Minis. I can remember seeing Minis from my pram growing up in England. And so I went back through my 20 years of magazines, found all the little bits and pieces I wanted. The right wheels, the fender flares, the mirrors, the bumpers, the headlights, the little badge, the light on the back, just all the little details, and went for it. Decided, hey, I may never get another Mini. I need to make this one mine. So she's only a 998 right now, but she's a great little cruiser. I can put the whole family in her, cruise around in comfort. It's still a little bit of interior work to do, and at some point I do want to go to a big bore motor. But for now, she is what she is, just a beautiful half racer style Mini that I adore. She's a forever car. So this is Emo. This is a car actually won off ukminis.com. I entered the raffle late one night while working on CAD for work, and 3 weeks later got a call saying I'd won the raffle with a little import duties and fees. Brought her into the country, and she is a dream. She's based around a 1991 Mini 1000, so very similar to Mini here. But she too has had the Mach 1 treatment. I can't take credit for anything on this car. A gentleman in England built her as his dream Mini, and he did a fantastic job pulling all the little classic rally Mini pieces up. So custom dashboard, looks like the 60s replica, the right seats, the right headliner, the right fender flares, the fake gas cap, the Mach 1 rear lights, and she has a stomper of a motor. It's a 1293 that's been built up, and it is by far the most powerful A-Series Mini we have. It pulls from hardly any revs all the way to 6,500. I did 100 miles in her yesterday. She never missed a beat, never any funny feelings, funny vibrations, nothing. She is a gorgeous Mini. You're going to see her a little bit more on this channel. We're going to do a little suspension lift, add some mud flaps, going to paint the roof white to look even more like a classic rally Mini, and fix a little bit of rust here and there, but overall she's going to stay in this form. She's just a peach of a Mini, and wouldn't want to do anything to take that away from her. So moving on, we have Spicy. So this is a 1980 Mini Clubman 1275 GT. This used to be owned by Matt. That's how I met Matt. He had some running issues on her, and I came up to give him a hand. I'd seen it for sale on Facebook Marketplace for a while. I was going to try to trade him my Mach 1 GCI. That didn't work out. I sold that car and bring a trailer, and a little while later on we made a deal for this, and she came home. And if you've been watching our channel, you know that we rebuilt the motor after it spun a bearing. She's a fun little car. We're hopefully going to put a roll cage in her and do a lot of traffic boost. She's not the most powerful one out there, but she is just a dream to drive, really responsive, really reliable, and we hope to do a lot more events with her, including some hill climbs, maybe some ice racing next winter, see if we can find some tires for it. Yeah, she's a dream.
Ice racing would be so fun in that car.
Oh, yes. Alright, welcome. This is the big friendly beast. My daughter Sarafina named her. She is a 2018 Tundra in pretty much stock condition. She's got a tow rating of about 10,000 pounds, of which you can do happily at 80, with 2 daughters and a dog in the back. Got her to replace a terrible Sprinter. Seeing Sprinters, or even thinking about working on Sprinters, still gives me the heebie-jeebies. But this thing has just been a beast. Got about 38,000 miles on her right now. Probably about 5,000 miles of that is towing, of which she just does. Hook anything to the back of her, she plods along beautifully. This is also a long-term truck. You'll probably see a few upgrades coming soon on the channel. We're going to do a little bit of stuff to beef her up for off-road-ish use. You know, towing the Rover to off-road events and going to explore the woods of Maine is really our objectives with this. So some rooftop tents, not a full overland build, but definitely overland-esque build. So watch for that coming soon. And moving on, we have Bubbles. You know which Android we're talking of when we named her Bubbles. Super stoked to know that you know her. But she is a 2017 Mach 7 GTI. She's pretty much stock except for a diverter valve spacer. She is Kathy's daily, but she'll get 34 miles to the gallon, bomb around, carve up some on-ramps, and just super comfortable, quiet, reliable car. The only thing we've done in 60,000 miles are oil changes, and as of yesterday we did a full round of brakes. So you'll see her in a future episode hitting the track with us. Kathy's going to come try her hand at driving track. She's an accomplished autocrosser, so next step's up, go bomb around the track.
Now we need to dive into the container.
The container, yes. All right, so this contraption hanging from the roof of my container is my grandpa's 1951 MGTD. Pretty much stock. We think it's at least rolled the odometer over once. He daily drove it from when he bought it in 52 till 1967. Sorry, 1976. Dyslexia had been in. When he gave it to my uncle, who daily drove it till 1989. That's when he started the restoration on it. But life got in the way and it sat in a barn ever since. He gave it to me about 10 years ago. I've drug it from here to there to everywhere. But this summer, I plan on getting her back on the road. We got her running 2 summers ago. She fired up. She definitely needs carb rebuild. Probably some suspension help, brake help, but the plans are to leave her looking just like this, like she just rolled out of a barn after 40 years, but drivable. And thanks to the state of Rhode Island's antique laws, we'll be allowed to drive her on the road. So really looking forward to having this on the road, making some more family memories in it, and seeing where it'll take us.
We have some cool cars.
Yeah, we do. How did this happen?
I know, right?
Oh, you seen the EBrake on the Rover?
I haven't, no.
Its fulcrum's way down there, so it pulls up this way and goes down.
That's weird.
It's really weird. I love all the levers. Here.
It's got so many levers.
Here we go. So you got your gear shift. Everybody knows about that. Then you look down here and you've got high-low. That's pretty normal. Oh, but then you look over here. There's another lever. That's an overdrive unit. And then up there, what's that? That's actually an aftermarket front axle disconnect. So it's kind of fun. 4 levers. So you can have 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, locked center diff, high-low, and so it work out to 12 forward gears and 2 reverse. So yeah, kind of fun. Yeah, it's nutty.
That's pretty cool.
Love this thing.
It's not a real Cooper S, it's just a fake Cooper S, because I'm a big douchebag. First drive. You know what we didn't do?
What? Oh, yeah.
We totally didn't show the belle of the ball.
Oh, that's so cute.
The 1967 Austin, technically 850 barn find.
Mini Cooper S.
It is a Cooper S replica. It has all essentially the previous owner owned a Cooper S, he crashed a Cooper S, and then he rebodied his Cooper S. So, for all intents and purposes, this is a Cooper S. If you want to be a fucking dickbag about it, you can be a dickbag about it. I appreciate it. I don't give a fuck. But it's got all the fun stuff. And this, what we're gonna do with this is basically a full restore. It doesn't need a ton, surprisingly. When you look at it, it looks like it's gonna need a lot. But we've actually seen more expensive, worse cars for sale. So this was just the find of a lifetime, honestly. We got this the same time we got the van and the Land Rover and an MGB parts car. So the MGB parts car is free. So, you know, I don't think like we're millionaires over here. We just know how to make deals. And this is going to be cool. So we're going to do this green with some white stripes and a little Cooper badging. And this will get going probably the spring, winter.
Yeah, probably the winter. Start stripping it down.
Yeah, strip in the fall, start welding it back up in the winter.
Yeah. Now we'll probably build a rotisserie fork, put her up, do her right. New motto in the garage is do it once, do it right. And so we're going to make sure that we continue that ethos into this build and make sure she is perfect.
And then we're going to take her to the track.
And beat the snot out of her.
Yep.
Like all Mini Coopers should be.
Exactly, because that's what Billy would want. He's the previous owner, and he drove the crap off this car. Like he welded new floors in here twice, so he loves this car, and we are going to show just as much love to it as he had. Unfortunately, he's an older gentleman and has not been unable to drive it since the late 1900s. So we are going to refresh it and get it back to its glory, and hopefully do him proud. Because every one of these cars has a story, and that's probably one of the best parts of these cars. You know, we got to listen to Bill talk about this car when we picked it up, and that was really cool. It was. We have a video where we're picking this car up with the van, and the Land Rover. It was actually a surprise purchase that Dave didn't know about, but I bought and then had delivered here, because Tom, the guy we bought all these from, also runs a wrecker business. So he just delivered it to us for free because he was a nice guy, and so that was cool. We'll have a bunch of videos on all that, and we're going way too much into detail for this, but this MK1 will be a lot of fun. So yeah, so that is finally all of our cars that we didn't forget about. I think. I hope. I know you've got one more hidden somewhere else. Yeah, but I'm trading that one for a paint job, so it doesn't count.
It counts.
Oh, I have an MGB GT that it's in Connecticut. I've never seen it in person. I've only seen pictures because I only buy cars sight unseen off the internet, because there's no other way to do it. And our friend Antonio has it at his house, and he's gonna paint Rhonda, and he's gonna keep my MGB GT for Rhonda. So just, you know, spreading the love.
Damn, what a collection.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited for the Rover too.
I can't wait. So thank you so much for joining us on our tour of all of our minis. I know it's been a crazy adventure the past 2 years learning about minis, and we hope to share our adventures now with you.
And we're gonna have a lot of different content coming your way. And so everyone who's kind of started watching, thank you so much. About 1,000 subscribers now, and it's just really cool. We're really excited to start, you know, trying to get a little bit of income from YouTube and try to enjoy some of that and have that, you know, let us bring more content to you guys. We really want to get that Land Rover up and going, which should be in a couple of weeks. And, you know, let us know which of our cars is your favorite. What do you want to see more of? Which car do you really have no interest in? You know, and feel free to, you know, just rank our cars. Who's got the cooler cars, Dave or me? You know, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, subscribing, and just checking us out. Really appreciate it. We have merch coming available. Message us. I still don't have a store, but I'll mail it to you right to your door. I promise. And we have stickers, and you have keychains.
Yes, coming soon. Pictures at least. And yeah, let us know. And nothing here is a secret. You want to know how we did something, how we accomplished something. You know, we do most of the work ourselves, which I know you've seen from our videos, but there's a lot of stuff that happened before we got onto YouTube. So let us know. Always willing to help.
Thanks for sticking around, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.